I had a customer bring in a 2019 Honda ERV last spring with 78,000 miles on it. She said the car smelled like gasoline inside the cabin. Her husband thought it was the gas station. She ignored it for 3 months. When I pulled the dipstick, the oil was above the full mark. It smelled like straight fuel. That oil had lost half its ability to protect the engine. By the time she got to me, the bearings were already damaged. The repair estimate was $6,800. Her dashboard never showed a single warning light. Not one. Here is what nobody is telling you. Your Japanese car is doing things right now, at this moment, that your dashboard is deliberately hiding from you. Not because the car does not know, it knows exactly what is going on. The engineers built it to know. They just decided you did not need that information. In this video, I am going to show you 3 things happening inside your engine and transmission right now that your dashboard will never warn you about until the repair bill arrives. The first thing your car is hiding from you is the real temperature. Your temperature gauge is lying to you, not broken, not inaccurate. It was designed to lie. Every modern Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and Subaru uses what mechanics call a buffered gauge. That means the needle sits in the middle, whether your engine is running at 175 degrees or 215 degrees. It does not move. It does not fluctuate. It just sits there and tells you everything is fine. Owners on Toyota Nation proved this with OBD-II scanners. One Highlander owner drove 25 miles through Phoenix in 112 degrees Fahrenheit heat, towing a trailer with the air conditioning running full blast. His scanner showed coolant climbing to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. The dashboard gauge never moved from the center, not once. Here is why that matters. A healthy engine runs between 195 and 220 degrees Fahrenheit. A failing thermostat, a slow coolant leak, or a partially clogged radiator can push you from 210 to 240 degrees Fahrenheit in a matter of minutes. But because the gauge is buffered, the needle does not move until you are already past the danger point. By then, you are looking at a warped cylinder head or a blown head gasket. That is a $2,500 to $4,000 repair on a Toyota or Honda. A $30 thermostat could have prevented it. A $20 OBD-II scanner would have shown the real temperature the whole time. But your dashboard decided you did not need that information. It gets worse. Your engine temperature is not the most dangerous thing your car is hiding from you. If you drive a Honda CR-V, Civic, or Accord built between 2016 and 2023 with the 1.5-liter turbo engine, there is a very good chance that right now, at this moment, gasoline is leaking into your engine oil. This is not a theory. In October 2022, consumers filed a proposed class action against American Honda in the Northern District of Illinois. The lawsuit covers 2018 to 2023 Accords, 2019 to 2022 Civics, and 2019 to 2023 CR-Vs. The allegation is straightforward. Honda's direct injection system sprays fuel at high pressure into the combustion chamber during cold starts. Some of that fuel does not burn. It washes past the piston rings and falls into the crankcase, where it mixes with your engine oil. Your oil level does not drop. It rises. Pull the dipstick on one of these cars after a few weeks of short trips in cold weather, and the oil is above the full mark. Smell it. It smells like gasoline. Honda knew about this. In October 2018, Honda sent a letter to dealerships acknowledging that these engines may experience oil dilution that can cause cylinder misfires. Honda Canada issued a warranty extension for 2016 to 2018 Civics 2 months later. An earlier settlement covering those model years was approved in September 2020. But here's the part that should make you furious. Honda's suggested fix was a software update and a recommendation to drive longer distances to let the oil get hot enough to evaporate the fuel. That is not a fix. That is an excuse. Diluted oil loses viscosity. When oil loses viscosity, it cannot protect bearing surfaces. Metal contacts metal. Bearings wear, engines fail. Owners in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan reported the worst symptoms. Gas fumes in the cabin, so strong that drivers felt nauseous. Engine misfires. And the dashboard showed nothing. No oil pressure warning, no check engine light, nothing until it was too late. If you made it this far, consider subscribing to this channel. It helps me keep bringing you information that dealerships will never volunteer. Now, the most expensive secret your car is keeping from you. Nissan's continuously variable transmission is one of the most quietly destructive components in the Japanese car world. It does not fail with a bang, and it fails with a whisper, a slight shudder when you accelerate, a half-second hesitation merging onto the highway, a momentary loss of power that you convince yourself was nothing. Your dashboard does not show transmission temperature, and it does not warn you that the CVT fluid is overheating. It does not tell you the belt is slipping. The transmission control unit compensates for the degradation, adjusting parameters in the background, so you do not notice the slow slide toward failure. Until one day, the transmission stops compensating, and you are on the highway with no power and no warning. This is not speculation. Nissan paid $277.7 million to settle a class action lawsuit covering CVT transmissions in the 2013 to 2017 Altima, Sentra, Versa, Juke, and Rogue. Hundreds of complaints were filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA. Drivers reported sudden stalling on interstates, violent jerking during acceleration, and complete transmission failure with no prior indication. One NHTSA complaint described a vehicle that lost all power while accelerating, with no warning light, no prior symptom, nothing. The cost to replace a Nissan CVT runs around $4,000 or more. Most failures happen between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, right after the warranty expires. And here's the part that tells you everything you need to know about how Nissan views this problem. After settling the lawsuit for $277.7 million, they put the same CVT design into the 2019 and 2020 Rogue. A second class action was filed. The Nissan owner's manual for many of these models calls the CVT fluid a lifetime fluid. No change recommended. Mechanics across every repair form say the same thing. Change it every 30,000 miles or the transmission dies. Lifetime fluid is not an engineering recommendation. It is a marketing decision designed to make the car look low maintenance on a comparison sheet, and your dashboard will never tell you the difference. So here's what the owners who avoid these failures do differently. They stop trusting the dashboard. They buy a $20 Bluetooth OBD-II scanner, and they check real coolant temperature, real transmission data, and pending diagnostic codes that the dashboard has not triggered yet. They own a Honda 1.5-liter turbo. They pull the dipstick once a month and smell the oil. If it smells like fuel, they change it immediately, regardless of the mileage interval. If they own a Nissan with a CVT, they change the fluid every 30,000 miles. Not because Nissan recommends it, because every independent mechanic in every repair form in the country says it is the only thing that keeps the transmission alive. The math is not complicated. A $20 scanner, a $30 thermostat, a $150 CVT fluid change, and a $50 oil change done on time. That is $250 in prevention. The alternative is $4,000 for a transmission, $6,800 for an engine, or $3,500 for a head gasket. Your car knows exactly what is happening under the hood. The engineers built sensors that measure everything to the 10th of a degree. They just decided the dashboard was not the place to show it to you. Now you know. And that Honda CR-V owner I told you about at the beginning, if she had pulled the dipstick once and smelled the gasoline, she would have caught it 3 months earlier and saved herself $6,800. One dipstick, 30 seconds. That is the difference between an owner who gets informed and an owner who gets a repair bill. If this video helped you, share it with someone who drives a Japanese car. They need to hear this.